Did the DPP sell Nzinga King out? Just like gone on YouTube, to give your brain some new food. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment. But more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Nzinga King ruling by the DPP. The DPP has ruled that they have found no grounds to press criminal charges against the police officer from the 4th Path police station. As an advocate for Nzinga King, an advocate for human rights, and an advocate for justice, it is only right that I share my opinion on this particular case because I've been following it and I've been waiting to hear whether or not this case would actually make it to court. I listened to Paula Llewellyn, the head of the DPP in Jamaica, and I listened to her reasons as to why she's not going forward with this case and has found a female police officer innocent of the allegation by Nzinga King. I am for Nzinga King, but I'm also for law and order, and I'm also for fairness. Saying that, I listened carefully to what the DPP has to say, and I'm going to repeat some of what the DPP said. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, and I'm also wanting to hear what you guys think of it. Keeping in line with law, the DPP claimed that Nzinga King's statements has been inconsistent. In other words, they're saying every time she was interviewed, parts of her story changed, and that is credible doubt, which I would agree with. If in fact her argument changes every time she's questioned about the incident, that is a shadow of doubt, and a substantial shadow of doubt, because it's coming from the horse's mouth. The thing about the truth, it can only be told in one way. And the thing about a lie, it can be told in several different ways. So the question is, did Nzinga King lie? Or did the DPP manipulate a criminal offense and suppress someone's human violation and just wanted to sweep it under the carpet? Because I've read a lot of people's comment, how they feel about what was published in the local newspaper. And most people are saying Jamaica is corrupt. We know Jamaica is corrupt, but it's not the most corrupted country in the world. So let's stay focused on the argument from the DPP and Nzinga King's argument. Nzinga King claimed that the police officer cut her hair. And if that is proven or was proven to be factual, it is a violation to human rights. It is an assault on Nzinga King, and it is utter disrespect to the Rastafarian movement in Jamaica and worldwide. The DPP says, one, Nzinga King's multiple statements were inconsistent. Okay, let's run with that. That is one reason to doubt the facts. Secondly, the DPP is saying detainees also saw Nzinga King taking out her hair. The thing about that part, which I have to rebut, is this. Detainees, as much as people are innocent until they're proven guilty, I don't think a detainee's word or a detainee's word are credible to weigh in this instance. Why? Because they're detainees. We don't know why they're saying she cut her hair. We don't know what was offered to them. We don't know what was promised to them. But we know that all detainees worldwide, not only in Jamaica, has one goal: to get out of jail. So keep it in mind with the shadow of corruption in Jamaica. I would not give credit to a detainee's testimony. And if you're going to take away the detainee's testimony, now you have Nzinga King's word versus the police officer word. They also said a friend of Nzinga King, who was not locked up, claimed that Nzinga King had told her that she intend to take off her locks, to cut her locks. Okay, let's run with that. And let's say now we have Nzinga King claiming that the police cut her hair, the policewoman saying, I didn't cut her hair, and Nzinga King friend saying Nzinga King intended to cut her hair. So in reality, you've kind of got 1.5 against 1, because the friend didn't say Nzinga King says she's going to cut her hair. She intended to. So let's go halfway on that. Let's say Nzinga King in reality did say that to the friend. We can't use that as a validation that while she was in lockup, she cut her hair. So I'm still giving the police officer the benefit of the doubt that the police officer argument of not cutting her hair is true. And I'm also giving Nzinga King's argument as true that the police officer cut her hair. So now we're locked. We're not so sure who to believe. In a civil and normal society, we would be more lean towards believing the police officer, because police officers are supposed to be instruments of law. But with the shadow of corruption in Jamaica, let's go back to Nzinga King word versus this police officer word. So you're locked in deciding who's telling the truth from who's lying. So the next thing we have to do is go into the scientific possibility of the truth. First, we could use technology. If there's any CCTV that caught Nzinga King with locks before being locked up, that could be useful evidence. In regards to taking out her own hair, how was it done? Was it pulled? Did she have access to scissors? Those things have to be considered. Pulling out your own locks. I could imagine if I had locks and yank it, it could leave a bald spot. If I should hold part of my hair and pull it, maybe it's possible, but it would be a painful job. So I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's possible, but I'm not saying that's what happened. And I'm not saying that's what did not happen. What I'm going off here is the final decision made by Paula Llewellyn, the head of the DPP, or let's not say Paula Llewellyn, because the DPP is an organization. It's not just her. I understand that she wants to be the face of it, but it's not just her. I would imagine it's a body of legal minds that are searching for facts, that came up with the idea that if the police officer says she didn't do it, and Nzinga King says she did it, and a friend says she intended to cut off her hair, I could see where the DPP has a shadow of doubt. Like I say, I'm not validating the detainee's argument, but if in fact the DPP has arguments from detainees, and the Jamaican people or the Jamaican court or the DPP validates testimonies from fellow detainees, then whether we like it or not, it's enough to throw out the case. As heartbreaking as that is for me to admit, if that is a fact, because at the end of the day, the DPP is a prosecution department of Jamaica. It is expected that the DPP is in favor of the victim and not the accused. So what the DPP usually does, in my knowledge of law, a case is presented to them, they weigh up the allegations and they weigh up the evidence of the allegation and see whether or not it is worthy to go to court. But as being murmured online, which is now the loudest voice in the world, online commentaries, did the DPP sell Nzinga King out by suppressing facts and publishing these facts? I don't know. I can only say that if the DPP is actually publishing the truth and saying Nzinga King was inconsistent every time she talked about the incident, then Nzinga King is her own enemy in this time. She shot herself in the foot. She has no one else to blame. However, If it's an injustice that's being swept under the carpet, I wish it was not so. Let me know, people, what you think about it, because like I say, I'm in favor of justice. I'm in favor of human rights. I'm in favor of Nzinga King. If she is indeed a victim, when I first heard it, I bought into the fact that she was assaulted and she was a victim. But being fair, I have to ask myself, what if she is not a victim? What if the stress of being in lockup, there's a lot of what if. What if this thing snowballed out of proportion, bigger than what she thought it was going to be? We don't know. So as much as I'm for Rastas, as much as I'm for my Jamaican people, their freedom, their liberty, and equal justice for all, I can only speak on the facts that was published. Nzinga King, this is directly from me to you. If you were inconsistent with your argument about the incident, and if you were in the DPP shoes, your ruling would be the same. You would say the inconsistency of your story makes believing you unlikely. Anyway, people, let me know what you think about my view to the ruling of the DPP. Let me know what you think about the whole incident. Since I covered it when it just happened, I thought it was only fair for me to cover it now that it's being closed. I heard that there's going to be a civil angle to it. Let's see how that goes. Usually, when a case does not achieve successful prosecution in the court, it struggles for a successful civil claim. But I'm not saying it's impossible either. It's also possible to have a successful civil claim. Anyway, people, let me know what you think. As you know, my channel, I appreciate thumbs up, thumbs down, agreement and disagreement. Because at the end of the day, people, each one to each one. You've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. Other ways that you can support this channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. But the most important way to support my channel is to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future uploads. The third way to support this channel is to go to my Teespring account and purchase in any of my merch. And the fourth way that you can support this channel is joining me on Patreon to give me a contribution to help me to do what I do here on YouTube. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for checking out my video and ask that you continue to join me, ENT Sabas, here on YouTube to see where my journey takes me. Until next time, peace.